Show you where that Long Falls Dam, we can see that, and we'll see the whitewater from it here pretty quick when we get to it, where Dead River comes out of Flagstaff Lake. Of course, Flagstaff Lake, as you know, is fed by the North Branch of Dead River, which runs into it in Stratton. I mean, oh, wait a minute, that's the South Branch that runs into Stratton, I'm sorry. But then the North Branch runs in at Eustis, and then it forms the old Dead River coming out here. Of course, you know, there's quite a history to that Flagstaff Lake. It's got the whole town of Flagstaff is all underwater there, and the streets are still there, and everything else. It's been quite a while since that was flooded over. I forget just what year it was. You can see some of the whitewater coming out of the dam there now as Dead River starts there, the main body of Dead River out of Flagstaff Lake. Yeah, it's beautiful country up here. Just beautiful country. I'm still diddly bopping around there quite a lot. I'm excited up here, looking around, looking around. It's amazing, you know. Of course, we're kiddling right along here. Like I said before, a little over 100 miles an hour, and the wind is making a little bumpy ride here, but it ain't that bad. I ain't had to hook myself in yet. Phil says you should hook up. He says, if we ever have to make an emergency landing, he says, you might want to. Glad you'd had your shoulder straps on. Of course, I got my other strap on, but in case he flips the bottom side up, I ain't going to fall completely out. There's one of the old big tires right there. I showed this film here, I don't know, a week or so ago up in Bingham, up to the Quimby gymnasium up there, school. There was no trapper in there. And all this that I'm showing you here, that body of water you can see right there, that's West Kerry Pond. And then there's East and Middle Kerry. East Kerry, there I've helped survey out lots there years and years ago. That's when Senator Margaret Smith had a big camp on that. Good friend of mine, Dad owned all that land up in there. That's old Tom Dixon. I worked for his boy there, young Tommy Dixon, quite a while. Young Tommy's pretty old now. He's, I forget what he is. He must be about 85, I guess. I think he's about 5 years older than I am. Quite a guy. Yeah, I drove with him there a long time ago. He'd bought 2 trucks, Internationals, way back then. And he took a job of hauling for Andover Wood Products. There's a big furniture mill. And he took the job of hauling off from Scott Paper Company land, which they owned a pile of land up in here in Greenville and Ball Mountain, Mayfield, all up through there. You got up where the Great Northern owned. They owned a big part of this land. In fact, they owned about all of it. Well, they took the contract. They bought all the rock maple logs. Tommy Dixon Jr. bought 2 International trailer trucks. They had no Tree King loader. That was the biggest thing that was, pick these logs up, because they left them long, you know, back then. Well, they're not tree length, but 26 feet and all this and that, you know. So you had to have a pretty good hydraulic loader back in them days to lift them up. Well, they went for Tree King. They made them in Skowhegan, Maine. I knew the guy that made them. Got to know him well because I had my squawking and bitching about these loaders because they were chain drive. Two big pistons run out over the top of your truck, and you sat in a seat up there over the top there, running this crane on the wheeler there, loading these trailers, and you get pulling too hard off to one side, or that old big chain would break. And I'm going to tell you, it would put a hole right down through the top of that damn cab if they went that way, or it'd come up under the seat where you were sitting. But that seat was was a little thicker than the top of the cab, so they didn't come through the seat, thank God. But they would go right down through the top of that truck, and there was quite a few holes in that. For the 9 years ended with me using that Tree King loader there, loading these big logs in this whole neck of the woods around here. Up in Ball Mountain, that's up in Mayfield. That's where the Appalachian Trail goes right along. I think it goes right up over that. I think so. I think you look on it. That's in Mayfield up by Bingham there. There's a big low range up there, the big high place there on it. Yak, you probably know, you see all the water here. That's still part of old Flagstaff there. It's quite a lake. Quite a lake. There's some of your roads there that's coming along this side of it here, there, and whatever. We'll be headed towards Stewart's Mountain now. That's where we're headed to find the test that old Angus got up there. Someone said he had two, but I think we only found one. That's closer we got to it there. But, of course, you're looking now back towards Bigelow, that high place on Bigelow. And then right off to the left of the mountain there, that's Sugarloaf. That's where your ski resort is. And between the two mountains there is where the regular road goes up through from Kingfield to Stratton. We're going right around all these mountains. It's oh, if anybody could just get in and ride and see what these look like before they, if they do put any more of these windmills up. It seems though we've got to stop them before they go. There's part of Stewart Mountain there. We're just coming onto it, heading towards Highland there. You can see that range. That first dark ridge there, that's where they want to start. Angus wants to start plunking the windmills. Man, right down through, and there's 3 or 4 other mountains right down through there. It's going to be one of the biggest projects in the state of Maine. So you're getting a whole blow of wind right off in Flagstaff Lake to this range of mountains right here, I do believe that's where they've started clearing a little bit right there. We're going to circle a little closer to that one. They've got a road right up to that little open spot you can see there, right up on top of us. They got some big, beautiful roads down here. Right out through the roads. That must be your grid line, that river goes out through there. It's going to be coming over the Wyman Dam when they hook on there, Trans-Canada. All this excess power we don't need, it'll be going right, right out of the state. There's Flagstaff Lake, yeah, back down to the roads that I was just seeing. That little pond right there, let's see, I don't know what. I'm trying to find the West Carey here in Yeah, okay, we get a little closer to that little place that I seen. This is Stewart's Mountain right here. Alright. And I figured there was a test tower there. They're either going to put one there, they've got it cleared off like I showed you. I don't think they got one there yet. But we're going to go along. I'm getting a little reflection now off in the sun where the sun's starting to break through the clouds here on the windshield. Yeah, we're back there looking at a little. I'm looking to see if I can see a. Because I'm looking with my naked eye too, and not looking through this thing or nothing, and I can see. That's why I turn it so fast. I don't see the test tower there anywhere, and I gone away from that little spot there. Another little spot beyond here that they've got cleared out too. You see this ridge here, and down below there is where the road goes up through there. And they're going to be able to see these windmills as the road started there down through there. Then we'll log. You can see where they yarded the wood down across here now, and the way they done here, and getting this all cut off here, and getting all the lumber clear way up to the top there. And then they're going to run their big loads along the top when they get ready so they can move these big monstrous windmills up there. They got to have a pretty good road blasted inside the mountain to hold them. You're talking close to 100 ton there. And yeah, I think there's a tower on there, but I'm not. I'm staring at that. We don't like get down too close here because we have got a little wind up here in the mountains, you know, and sometimes they do some funny things to these small planes, so Phil tells me. There's another place that's cleared there for a test tower. Oh, this whole range along here is, you see where they want to plank them? Right down through there. Put their big monstrous roads up there. Use that dynamite. Nitrate goes into all the little pure brooks and streams for years and years. I don't know what's the matter with these. I don't know. The government is wrong what they're doing. They have this lurk. 6 people decides whether they can blow these mountains up, and they don't. I don't understand it. For the greed of so few. I got my own opinion, of course, and a lot of people getting it. The wind power is one of the biggest scams that there was ever put to try to generate electricity with the knowledge we got now. Yeah. Well, I just hope that people that see this plight here realize what they're doing to this beautiful, magnificent state of Maine. A rock-bound coast, just want to stick them out there all over the place and blow hell out of the top of the mountains around here. We've got to get common sense back into our government. But to do that, we've got to get it in a small government right in the towns first. They've got to realize some common sense. But they get their head stuck in the computers, taking all the laws they're making there, and the state of Maine feeds down to them. If you don't do this or don't do that, you ain't going to get no grant money, you ain't going to get this. Government gets bigger and bigger. Hal, you listen to me yak long enough, you say that over. I ain't going to say it again. Why don't he just shut up and let us look here? Okay, I will. Yeah, some beautiful.